Photography of the World by James Steamer. Sunset. Up into the birch trees. Beautiful flowers. Clematis. Roses. The giant sequoia trees, the largest living thing in the world in California. The Cooper's hawk in Pennsylvania. The baby's hatching. Lupines up in the state of Washington. And there again in the state of Washington. Mount Rainier National Park. Yellowstone National Park, the buffalo. Beautiful flowers. These are called the bee balm. Lilies. The red-tailed hawk. An ice storm in Pennsylvania. Foxglove. The White House. Me with a big homemade telescope. I do a lot of amateur astronomy work. Close-ups of leaves in the autumn. Winter. Butterflies, the spicebush swallowtail. Paramecium, magnified a couple hundred times under a microscope. A giant thunderstorm looming. Waterfall. The buckeye butterfly. An amazing rainbow in Bellefonte, Pennsylvania. The great spangled fritillary butterfly. More autumn leaves, maple leaves blooming. Maple tree. The Air and Space Museum in Washington, D.C. Ellicott City, Maryland. Great Falls State Park, Virginia. Bourbon Street, French Quarter, New Orleans, Louisiana. The white egret in the Everglades of Florida. An ice storm in Pennsylvania. Freshly fallen snow. Pennsylvania, once again. Venice, Italy. Venice, Italy. The Basilica of San Marco, Venice. Inside. The famous Duomo Cathedral of Florence, Italy. The Uffizi Gallery in Florence. St. Peter's Basilica, Rome, Italy. The Colosseum. Martigny, Switzerland. The Alps up in Switzerland. Frankfurt, Germany. Frankfurt. Cologne Cathedral in Germany, one of the tallest cathedrals in Europe. Back to the red bee balm and mushrooms in Pennsylvania. Fireworks display, 4th of July. Cone flowers, mushrooms, jack-o'-lantern mushrooms. Mushrooms once again. The coxcomb flower. More fallen leaves. Fall foliage. Times Square, New York City. Sunset, Pennsylvania. San Jose, Costa Rica. The banyan tree, Costa Rica. Anhinga. the howler monkeys in Costa Rica, and a delicious lunch there. And many of these in Costa Rica, giant lizards, along with these trees here. And the famous heliconia that loves the tropics. Delicious food there in Costa Rica at the Moamba Lodge in Tortuguero. Another anhinga. And a turtle. Yeah, it was a beautiful bird there in Costa Rica too. Another one, the yellow-bellied flavogaster, it's called. And the giant rhinoceros beetles, some of the biggest in the world. And many of these beautiful birds. Kapok tree. This is a bit of a mystery. Don't have this one identified. Costa Rica also. There's another big mud volcano in Costa Rica. And they love to grow bananas there. And this is one beautiful flower, also in Costa Rica. And that's West Costa Rica. And what a beautiful sunset there. The malachite butterfly and the Costa Rican white-faced monkeys. There's a little girl catching a monarch butterfly for the first time. Waterfall. Ricketts Glen Park. This is looking up into trees at night. Icicles. And the Washington Cathedral, Washington, D.C. Now we're in Lima, Peru. And it's unfortunately, the poor area of Lima in the mountains. And now we're down in the catacombs of the Church of San Francisco in Lima. Those are human remains from the Inca Wars. Church of San Francisco, Lima. And there I am going up a big sand dune near Hotel Las Dunas in Ica, Peru. This is also in Ica, palm tree at night. And some of the greatest food I've ever had there in the hotel in Ica, Hotel Las Dunas. And the giant drawings that are made into the sides of mountains in Peru. Very famous. Went up in this tiny little airplane where I left 3 bags of vomit from motion sickness. And then a dune buggy ride out into the giant sand dunes there. And a wonderful performance at night in the Hotel Las Dunas. Going out to the Ballestas Islands in Peru there, off of the city of Paracas. And then at night, some of the buildings lit up there in Arequipa. Chivay, the red poker flower. And now the Colca Canyon in Peru. And the Urus floating islands, where there is a tribe that lives on an island that floats in Lake Titicaca. And they make these catamarans you can take a trip out in. And the city of Puno. And now we're over the Huirachoca Temple and the famous cathedral in Cusco. And a gift shop there with all the beautiful things. And now we're looking up into the mountains from the city of Maras. Some of the tallest mountains in the world there in the Andes. Going up 20,000 feet. The salt mines near Moray. And Pasac. They had so many beautiful things there, including these gorgeous wildflowers in Calca and the Ollantaytambo area, where there's a huge set of ruins from the Incas. And of course, Machu Picchu. Can't go to Peru without seeing Machu Picchu. Fantastic place. And then Huayna Picchu, which is the mountain next to it, where I went up the next day in the pouring rain. Very dangerous there. And now flying over the Amazon, down into the Amazon jungle, where you get to see the scarlet macaws, among other things. Now we've gone all the way back to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, with the ice in the winter freezing on the sides of mountains and a freshly fallen snow. Looking up into the trees, tulips, goldfinch, and botanical gardens, Penn State University, mushrooms up in Vermont, and the famous locust borer beetle, which is actually quite common, and the spicebush swallowtail caterpillar, and the monarch caterpillar. Looking at a leaf close up under the microscope, water droplets on a leaf. And now we're at the Carnegie Natural History Museum in Pittsburgh. Beautiful beetles. That is a feather under a microscope. Now into Africa, Freetown, Sierra Leone, West Africa. Among the poorest countries in the world. Many families living on less than $1 a day. But nice people, beautiful country, nice sunsets. Meeting up with some children there. Mama feeding her baby, and there's another baby shot. The famous Hippolymus Masupus. The fort, which was designed for slaves, unfortunately, and then a group of people here. Now off to the city of Bo, as in B-O, Sierra Leone. Met up with a tribe there, a little butterfly, and Tiwai Island, Sierra Leone. Teaching kids about my photography there in the school. And climbing up a palm tree. Back to Pennsylvania, beautiful sunset there. Ice frozen on glass during the winter in the window. And now we're at Trafalgar Square, London, the famous British Museum. In the beautiful Methodist Central Hall Church. It's a giant organ. And Westminster Abbey, one of the most famous cathedrals in the world. What a sight inside. Back to Africa again. This is Zimbabwe and the Chakma baboons. The dotted butterfly there. And meeting some children in the schools. Victoria Falls. A bizarre truck accident. The truck hanging off of a bridge by its undersides. And the famous Metopos National Park. With lichens, fungi in the rocks. Back to the little monkeys there. And the Great Zimbabwe, an old fortress. That's also a big apartment complex and shopping in Harare, Zimbabwe, which is the main capital city. And beautiful baskets. Grasshopper here. Some kind of caterpillar. And lots of wildlife there. Children. Now we're in the country of Mozambique. Some school children. And very sadly, some terrible poverty. And there is a family of 5 that lives in this house. Giant spiders that live there. Carrying in their fishing boat. Bicycling 30 miles each way to make $2 or $3. Airplane food. The wing of a butterfly through a microscope. The petals of a flower under a microscope. And a giant tiger. Lantana blossoming. The moon through my telescope. And a close-up of a lily flower. Mushrooms. Pennsylvania. Great spangled fritillary. And another type of fungi. Underground caves. And of course, spiders. Alaska, out the window of an airplane on the way to Japan. Manila, Philippines. Cathedral there. St. Augustine Cathedral. And there's one of these little motorcycles with carrying people to work. The giant bamboo organ, which is famous, jumping up and down to pump the air through the organ pipes. And a jeepney. Fruit. Dragon fruit. An extinct volcano. All in the Philippines. There I am in a Philippine restaurant. And my friend who lives in this house in Vietnam. We made a wonderful meal there to meet the school children. Here's a couple getting married. These temples are interesting. Beautiful things in Vietnam, another temple. And some furniture, which was rather unique. The famous Crazy House. And another temple. And one of the greatest meals I've ever seen. The lady in the red treated me to this whole trip to Vietnam for free. They love their motorcycles in Vietnam. Nan Nooch Gardens, Thailand. Beautiful place. Lots of things in Thailand, including this sanctuary of truth for any religion. Going into Bangkok, the giant great palace, all these incredible temples. The Grand Palace in Bangkok. Various meat and things there, cooking. Asia Teak. This is an area of gift shops and things. More temples, practicing. Buddha everywhere. All Thailand. Ancient temples. Not a fish there. Ayutthaya. And now we are in Nepal, Kathmandu. There's somebody cooking for us. Candles lit up in the temple. Shoyambath Temple, Kathmandu. Should really get up a little more there, yeah. This is all Kathmandu. They make a lot of these Thangka paintings. This is where people are burned up. Their dead bodies are burned and put in the river. They love to load up their trucks. It's me on the elephant. Oh yeah, Nepal is quite a country to visit. The rice paddies, many beautiful barn butterflies, and incredible mountains, beehives. Back to Kathmandu. And now Dubai, or I should say this is United Arab Emirates in Abu Dhabi, the famous mosque there, which really is amazing. It's an incredible place. The Muslim guy's eating, driving around for fun through the desert. The Khalifa Tower, tallest building in the world. A lot of fancy shops there. And now we're flying back. State College, Pennsylvania, back to the winter. Making carvings out of ice. Winter time is unique. Back to Africa, Nairobi, Kenya. Fort Jesus, Mombasa, Kenya. There's Mombasa. Tanzania, a famous church there, the Arania Front Lutheran Church. Fish market. Or children. Many butterflies. Clothing. Beautiful fabrics. Watamu in Getty, a famous ancient civilization there. These are bats on a wall in the cave there. All kinds of jewelry and things they make. And they're chameleon lizard. Painted water bottles. Making jewelry there in Malindi, Kenya. Malindi, very unique place. And flying up to Lamu, the city in the far north Kenya, almost up to Somalia. Very unique city. Beautiful sunrise there. And I'm out on an ancient boat. It's an interesting ride. Lamu, Nairobi, the national park there. Many animals, blue wildebeest. Casablanca, Morocco. Morocco, very unique place also, beautiful country. So many different kinds of food, beautiful clothing they make there. Jewelry. And amazing meals. This is the famous meal there that they have a lot of. Yeah, there you go. Okay, and that is going to, it's a giant church there. And And we're going to, there. Yep, all Morocco. And mosques and ruins of ancient civilizations and beautiful tile. All kinds of different kinds of food and spices. They grow a lot of olives there, olive trees. This is an ancient Roman mosaic in Morocco. Oranges. Good fruit. You see this kind of thing everywhere. Walls, ceilings, floors. Just the beautiful design there. It's all over, including their dishes. Rather narrow passageway here. Shoes, carpets, rugs, jewelry, mountains, city there. All kinds of things going on. And back to Pennsylvania, I'm going to cut it right here.